here is your introduction to color. You guys have made color wheels, and so if you're watching this, I'm so happy. You can take your color wheel out, and I will try to describe what you should do for notes for your journal work, so that you have some reference in your notebook. Color is, well, scientifically, it's the way light is broken up and reflected and the way different things reflect light. But as far as an element, it's like it's my favorite, personally my favorite element. And it really, it brings a lot of emotion. It brings a lot of sense, like a lot of appeal to our senses. It really helps pull in viewers, and colors just can be so exciting and thrilling. So here's the color wheel. The color wheel is the way white light is broken up. This is the spectrum of visual light. And the color wheel is actually like a graphic. It's a picture where that spectrum is put into a circle so that artists can use it to make color relationships. So that's also known as color theory. The word for a color pulled directly from a wheel is hue. So that's your first vocab word. And in your notebook, I want you to put a little star next to your favorite hue. So mine happens to be red-orange, and I would write hue. Hue equals color. Hue has three different features. First is value. So value means the relative lightness or darkness of a hue. So here, for example, oh, why does my mouse show? But red-orange, for example, you can have a light red-orange or dark red-orange. And the words for that are tint and shade. So tint is a hue with white added. So if you add a lot of white to red, you get pink. If you add a lot of black to red, shade is adding black. It starts to get brown looking pretty quickly. And a tone is a hue with gray added. I'm not too worried about that one for you. An image that is mostly light values, so it's mostly light tints, would be considered high key, and low key would be mostly dark values. So value is the lightness or darkness of something. If you have something that is colorful and you shine a light on it, there are going to be tints where the light is hitting and shades where the light is, where the object is moving away from the light. Oh, look at me putting in the... So good. Here's an example of low key. So yeah, there's a little bit of light in there. We have a white flower. There's some highlights on where the light is hitting them. But overall, that is a low key, mostly dark image. And here's an example of high key, mostly light. Feels bright and airy, maybe even clean. So hues have value. Are they light or dark? Hues also have saturation, which is also known as the intensity or purity of a color. So how vivid is your color? Bumping up saturation means that your colors are going to be more vivid. And if you take down saturation, they're going to be more washed out or gray. So this would be a low saturation image. These colors are more washed out. High saturation again, bold and punchy. Low saturation here. So here, what we've done so far. Hue, color pulled from the wheel. The value of a hue would be its lightness or darkness. The saturation of a hue would be its intensity or purity or washed outness. And then a hue also will have a temperature. So if you are looking at your own color wheel, if you could put like a little dot in between green, like where green yellow is, and also where red purple is, and then draw a line between those, that divide, that's our temperature divide. So yellow, orange, and red are warm colors. They are typically associated with like sun or fire, and they're going to draw your viewer's attention first. Ooh, that is called color field painting. Ooh, that's a bold red. So now there's not only warm colors in here. We have a little bit of blue and we have some neutrals, but the warm colors are prevalent. The opposite side of that line is cool colors. cool colors are blue, green, and purple. These are going to feel more subdued. They're going to move back, recede in a composition. They'll feel quiet. They're typically associated with like nature, water, ice, forests, etc. So green, blue, and purple are cool colors. Here's some examples of those. And then we have neutrals. Neutrals are not found on the color wheel. Purists might say they're just brown, but I would say brown, black, white, and gray are all neutrals. They don't have specific color relationships because they're not on the color wheel, but you could make a monochromatic work. So once we get to the color relationships, which is next, I'll tell you more about that. That's sort of fun. All right, so every hue, color, has value, lightness and darkness, saturation, boldness or washed outness, and temperature, warm, cool, or neutral. Now, how do we start connecting these colors? There are 3 color relationships. There's infinity color relationships. Well, not infinity, but there are many color relationships. We're going to talk about 3 of the most major ones. First is complementary colors. Check out where you put your star next to your favorite hue. Look directly across the wheel, and that is your hue's complement. So mine is red-orange. Directly across the wheel is blue-green. Those are the complementary colors. Because they are so far apart from each other, they have the highest contrast. They're the most different from each other. And so you'll always have a warm and a cool when you're dealing with complementary colors. And for that reason, remember that the cool color is going to move backwards in space while the warm color is going to pop forward. Henri Matisse, one of my favorites. So these are going to be bold, eye-catching because of the differences in the colors. The next relationship is analogous. Analogous colors are right next to each other on the color wheel. So it's going to make the image feel harmonious because they have underlying hues in common. So my favorite, again, hue is red-orange. So I could do a couple different combinations. I could do red, red-orange, orange, or I could go red-orange, orange, yellow-orange, or dang, I could even go red-orange, red to red-purple. That's sort of like a sunsetty feel. But all of these side-by-side colors are going to make your image feel harmonious, and that's called an analogous color relationship. And the last, look at that beautiful thing. The last color relationship is monochromatic. Mono meaning one and chroma meaning color. Monochromatic is all different values of a single hue. So the hue here, red. We have light red, aka pink, and dark red. Sometimes I like to call it oxblood. But there's all different values of just one color. This is going to intensify the feeling that color has. So blue, all different blues are going to feel chill. All different values of red are going to feel a little bit even more fiery. And that, my friends, is color. Boop, boop, boop.